Hey, welcome back. This is David Hughes with Theater Advice. Today I am kind of talking about and reviewing this BenQ 5800. It's their new, going after the home theater market. Guys like me, integrators, stuff like that. They're finally getting into that world. They've usually specialized in your short throw projectors, conference room type stuff, fixed lens, almost no throw ratio, which is fine for what they were doing. But then they started getting into they really wanted to get into this market. They have the engineers to do it, obviously. So, they dove in. Really impressed with this guy. It's really got really good color accuracy. It's got cinematic color DCI P3. It's got HDR10. It's 2600 lumens. So it's the same claimed brightness as the pretty much the NZ800 or the laser version of brand E and stuff like that. So pretty good brightness. I can tell you it dispels a lot of heat, so probably isn't going to get overheated because right here I'm literally sweating because it exhausts on the right hand side. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is where it exhausts, right here into my face. But it's laser. They did all the right things with it. So it's ultra bright. It's a great unit out of the box. It's got they claim 3 million to 1 contrast ratio. Here's the thing about contrast ratio. I'm not going to say it bad about them. I'm going to say it bad about everybody. They all come up with just some number, right? The Valerian says 15,000 to 1. And I think you'll find when I do all the light meter readings, they're all pretty much, they're close to the same numbers when it comes to contrast. Because projectors can only make light and then can only kind of not send something to the dark area. Which is generally 1 or just under 1 lux, which you'll find when I put this in the just the brightness video that I have, where I'm just going. I talk about every projector's true brightness, and we're shooting that one also. So, but it's a great size. It's sleek looking. It'll be great looking on a ceiling, which does matter. So people don't like ugly things in their ceiling, but it's got great color accuracy. The only thing that I think is a negative from this guy would be its throw distance is not the same as like your Sony's, your JVCs. So its throw distance, and we're just going to put up a graph right now so you guys can see. To shoot a 150, you're almost at 17 feet, and I can shoot a 150 at 15 feet from all of its competitors. So its throw distance is a little bit. There's a tiny struggle there with it. But if you have a big room, you're trying to shoot a big screen, it won't matter, right? If the projector's already 18 feet back or something, then it's not going to make a difference. But if a customer wants a big screen and they don't have the depth of the room, it's going to give you a little bit more struggle trying to hit large screens from that distance. But it is what it is. The throw distance is or the throw ratio is what they built into it. So that's the only real negative. Otherwise, it's got great colors. Looks really good. I'm pretty impressed with this unit. So we'll kind of flip around, talk about some of the menus. The remote's actually really cool. I don't know why that matters, but back in the day, Sony made a remote. They put like weights in it, and it just felt really good in your hand. And this one's kind of similar. Like it's a heavy, good quality remote with big fat buttons for my old eyes, and everything's really, really well spelled out. It's just a really nice button. It's got a light on the side so you can see what you're doing, which look is important when you're calibrating and stuff like that, right? You can't see the damn remote in the dark. So it's like, I like a remote that's got a little bit of some intuitiveness to it. So, but yeah, really cool looking remote. It's a super well built projector. You can feel the weight of it. You can feel it in the build quality. So at the $5,000 mark, it's got heavy competition with the Sony 5000 ES, of course. This is going to be your DLP, so it's not technically true 4K. Even though the way DLP works, it is putting 8 million pixels on the screen at the same time. Sorry if you see me do this. I have to turn this Sony off that I turned on by accident. That way I can control the Apple TV. So, it's got stiff competition, but it also claims to be a lot brighter than the Sony. So at 2600 lumens, its claimed brightness is really quite a bit more. So I guess we'll see that in the next video, because it's not a shootout, and I'm not telling anybody what to buy. I'm literally just showing the exact amount of brightness from distance of all the major projectors that are out. And then people can make those decisions for themselves. But you'll find some surprising things in there and some not so surprising things in there, quite frankly. But I'm going to talk about it nonetheless, because That's what I decided to do when I wanted to do this YouTuber thing, which I hate. We're just going to talk about real versions of AV and not specs and crap that people put on paper that don't matter. I mean, I'm telling you right now, this projector's super bright. I'm looking at it. In a room with 6 can lights on it, 100% right now, it's extremely viewable. Can you turn around to show that, actually? See if it can adjust. Sorry, the Sony didn't turn off, so this weird Macintosh thing was like. But I mean, we're talking about, I don't know how it's showing up on film, to be honest with you, but this is a 100% viewable image with all the lights on in the room on a non-black diamond screen. That's just a slate. So if you've got a room where you want to throw some ambient light on in the room, it is a strikingly good picture. You can see it is not, in fact, filling up my 150 because it is sitting at pretty much the same distance that my other projectors above are sitting. But again, if you have the throw distance or you're going with a smaller screen, it won't matter to you. So math is math. Can't do anything about that part. It's got test pattern. So if you hit test pattern, we can kind of flip around. We've got we've got the test pattern up for focus, lens shift, all of that stuff. It's all motorized. That part I love of it, of course, because the Sony, as I said, its competitor, that is a fault of the Sony at that level. I love the Sony to death. I show it and sell it every day. But manual lens shift, manual focus, manual zoom for $5,000, $6,000 retail when it's not on sale. It's, I feel like they should do better at that level personally. JVC's got it, of course, at the $6,000 level, but they have it here at the $5,000 level. So it's a smoking projector. Really, really good. So we'll kind of pull up some pictures for you, and I'll turn off the lights. Hopefully we can adjust. I mean, even just this, we're talking about a lot of light in here, folks. Like a ton of light is on in here. This is an extremely viewable projector with a lot of light in the room. So I would say that their claimed brightness is going to come out to be pretty damn good. The red is actually pretty good with all the lights on. So when I turn the lights off here, go ahead and shut that door for me, Jared, if you can, please. Sorry if you see the camera shake around. I got the poor guy doing extracurriculars. All right, so now we're looking at looking at that screen with the lights off. So red's going to be a little deeper, obviously, on that YouTube symbol. It's really, really good looking projector. That's pretty great. Yeah, it's really clean looking. So let's go and look at some stuff. I gotta be careful what I pick. The last video, some girl started walking around in a thong. It's not intended. Not intended. Not offensive, but not intended. So let's see. Let's go to Bali. Handles movement pretty well. I'm going to blame that shaky movement on the left on the upload. I can see in the trees it's handling, leaf to leaf movement really well. When it's a busy environment, a lot of times it can't really handle stuff like that, and you see it kind of shuddering. So it handles movement really well, so it'd be good for gaming. Yeah, super bright projector. This thing looks great. We'll cut to some B-roll. I'll just kind of close. We'll pull up some other images within the video that are real images of this projector in this room, in this environment, and then I'll test its brightness. Yeah, I'm really impressed. I don't see anything blown out, and that's what I look for in projectors. When I start seeing like the roofs in this video, for instance, when I see that color be blown out and I know what color it is, so I've seen these scenes before, that's where I can tell a projector's trying too hard. And then it's really difficult to calibrate. And this is out of the box. You can calibrate it using any of my calibration methods that I've also put on YouTube. Feel free to check those out. But I've not calibrated this projector. I'm just looking at it out of the box. It's pretty damn impressive, really. And so just to keep the video fair, that's kind of how I'm doing it. I'm not, diving into the calibration of them yet. Maybe if when I open my new showroom and I get them all set out, I need more content, we'll dive into how I would calibrate each one. But again, that's going to depend on the screen you have, right? If I tell one person to put everything at this number and that number and you don't have a slate screen, your image is not going to be the same. So that's where it gets tricky with doing some of those calibration videos. Not everybody has a white screen, and they shouldn't. I don't see the sparkle like I did from the Valerian. You see a little texture from the slate screen, but it's not overblown. Yeah, again, I think it's it's tough because this particular projector, anybody's going to put it against the Sony. So, you know, with the Sony, you get the true 4K badge attached to it. You know, but it is more than likely not as bright looking at this guy. So, you know, if you need a little bit extra brightness, which a lot of people do, then this is should definitely be in your search. Should definitely be something you look at getting. You know, BenQ really, I think, hit it out of the park with this guy. They obviously did their research. They obviously used the best engineers on it. They really cared about, you know, the product that they were putting out. So really cool projector. I would definitely tell anybody to put it in their mix, and we'll do some B-roll of some other cool stuff, some contrast stuff, some OLED tests that are on YouTube, and follow and subscribe and all that good stuff, because that's what keeps the videos coming. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Hey guys, I just wanted to thank you for listening to whatever I was just rambling about. And of course, if you are in the Dallas area or surrounding areas and you can get here, visit our showrooms in Frisco or South Lake location. And now we can help you anywhere, from anywhere in the country, through the world's first mom and pop shop on the internet called fcavsystems.com. We are very excited about this project. We're happy to bring what Theater Advice does here in Texas to everyone. Thanks for watching.